Hello, welcome to Buello. I'm Shakira Milton, and this channel exists to build women of noble character. It's a lifestyle and advice channel where we can come together on a weekly basis to help lift one another up and to help each other live our greatest lives possible. Thank you for tuning in. Always remember that the strongest action for any woman is to love herself, be herself, and shine amongst those who never believed she could. This week we'll be discussing how to be a woman with class. In other words, how to be a lady. I'll be sharing 18 things, yes, 18 things that you can do in order to achieve that. Number one, we'll get right into it. Number one is to dress well. Wear clothes that fit your body properly, that aren't too revealing, and that just look nice on you. I mean, you can go into any store, pick up a piece of clothing, and if it's really, really cheap, or if it looks good on the hanger but doesn't look good on your body type, then just don't wear it. What you wear does depict how classy you are sometimes. So yes, number one is dress well. So number two is to try and be even-tempered. Being a person who is too overly emotional, someone who is up and down, loud or sad and happy one minute, it just shows a sign of immaturity in that you cannot control yourself. So if you want to be mature and classy, you have to be a little bit more even-tempered. And I'm not saying not being human, not be who you are, but when you notice that you're getting upset, try and really think about the reasons why you are upset. Try and take a step back and then analyze that situation before acting on it. And that will cause you to be a little bit more even-tempered, someone who is classier. And that's our goal, right? Number three is to admit that you don't know when you don't know. I believe that we always try and seem like we have the answer to everything, but it's not true. It's simply not true. We don't know the answers to everything. And sometimes you seem a lot more competent when you just admit that to yourself and admit that to other people. There will be times when you guys comment on my videos and I don't have an answer for your query, or I may not know everything about a situation or about something that you ask about. And I have to be honest with you all and say, I don't know. It'll save me looking like a fool. Actually, it'll save me looking silly if I just admit that I don't know everything. And I believe that that's a sign of a classy woman as well. Number four is to take care of yourself. I know that this can go for a lot of other things like self-love. It's just a part of being classy as well though. Taking care of yourself, painting your nails. If you don't want to paint your nails, then make sure that they're manicured. Or if you do paint your nails, don't walk around with half chipped nails all the time. I mean, it may happen and you may not have the time to fix your nail right away, which is understandable, but for the most part, just take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Exercise. Drink a lot of water. Do whatever you can to take care of yourself, because if you do that, that's showing self-love, and then that's expressed outwardly, which is another sign of being classy, right? Number five is to be confident with who you are. Being confident just radiates class. It radiates self-love. It radiates a lot of good energy in general. So being confident with who you are is another sign of being a classy woman. My number six, now this one is a little bit controversial. I know it is, because we do live in 2017. Actually, it's 2018. What? It's March now. But anyway, yes, it's 2018 and this next one can be controversial. But I believe that a lady, a classy woman, shouldn't curse. Not in public and not in parties. Not just in general, really. I don't curse very much. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I never ever say one curse word. But I believe that being a classy woman, if you want to be a classy woman, then cursing is probably something that you can just eliminate. Number seven is to fix your posture. Now, your posture goes hand in hand with your confidence, right? When you have your shoulders back, when you're standing tall, you're being confident in who you are. And it's just a sign of being classy. It's a physical, tangible sign. So stand tall, darling. Number eight is to have hobbies. Now, having hobbies and being a classy woman don't seem like they go hand in hand. And I'll show you why they do. They do. They actually do. being a classy woman isn't always about your appearance. It's not always about how you come across in your physical stature. It's about what you know as well. And if you have healthy hobbies and if you have healthy interests in things, then you'll have more to talk about other than just the default, which is talking about people, usually a lot of times. And I believe that a classy woman doesn't talk about people, especially in a negative light. I believe that, yes, you can give a person a compliment, you can talk about what someone did in the world that was amazing, but even to know that, you'll need to read, you'll need to be up to date on your current affairs, or you'll need to have some sort of hobbies. For me, my hobbies are YouTube. Obviously, I love YouTube. I love creating videos. I love this. But I also have a hobby of reading. I like to read and to enrich my mind and to learn something new. I love science as well. I have a degree in biology and I also have a degree in epidemiology. And I believe that those interests create different layers to me, which in turn I can talk about in situations, and that makes me more classy. Number 9 is to set healthy boundaries. I believe that a classy woman knows what she can put up with, knows what she can't put up with, and then doesn't accept any less. I believe that you have to have healthy boundaries in order to have good and thriving relationships. And I believe that that's one other thing that you can incorporate into your life. Number 10 is not drinking too much. Now, I know that can be a bit controversial as well, because like I said, we are in, the 21st century and people want to do what they want to do. I believe that if you're watching this video, then you want to be a better woman. You want to be a better role model, a better leader. So if that's the case, then don't drink too much. How can drunkenness and classy go together? It really doesn't. So yes, if you do go out with friends, if you do meet people at a bar, yes, order a cocktail in your beautiful dress, but don't order 6 or 7 cocktails. There's no point. Just sticking to 1 or 2 or 3 drinks is reasonable over a period of time, but yes, just don't cross the line. Next one, number 11, is to smile. Smile. As you can see throughout this video, I've been having a smile on my face for most of the time, and I would say that smiling is definitely a classy thing, looking pleasant in general. So can you imagine a classy woman? Just imagine, okay, one of my favorite classy women on this planet is Michelle Obama. I cannot imagine Michelle Obama walking around with a frown on her face all day and then us still liking her, or her still having respect from people, or her just being a classy woman. I just can't see it. Let me know if that's something that you've ever thought about even. I mean, I was really thinking about these points, and that stuck to me, and it stuck to me because I know people who have, the face that people who just don't look happy, people who are just always frowning, and it just doesn't work out. It doesn't work out, and you never ever come across as classy. You come across as scary, and that's not our intention here. Number 12 is to have a mentor. I just mentioned Michelle Obama. She is my virtual mentor. I love that woman. She has lived an amazing life, and she's living an amazing life still. She's still pretty young, but have a mentor. That is my virtual mentor, but I also have people in my life who have taught me a lot about just how to carry myself, how to be the best role model, how to be the best woman I can be. And that started out when I was a younger teen, when I was a teenager, and I have carried those things over until today, and I'm still building on it. I mean, I'm not perfect and I don't do all of these things all the time, but majority of the time I do try and think about most of the things that I've been saying to you all, and having a role model does help. Me watching videos of Michelle Obama helps me to want to carry myself in a better way. So who is your role model, and how can you learn from them? 13 is to study and learn etiquette. Is so much, a plethora of information out there that can help you and help us to learn how to carry ourselves, learn how to act in certain situations, such as not being on your phone if you're out to dinner with friends the whole time. So if I'm sitting there and I'm on my phone, my head is down, my shoulders are bent because I'm too busy messaging people while I'm out to dinner, that's just totally not a good look. So if you want to be classier, then read up on some etiquette tips. And yes, etiquette still does exist. It really does. And it makes a huge difference in your life. You get along with a lot more people. You become a respected person. So yes, etiquette tips. Number 14 is when you're angry, zip it. Zip it and throw away the key. Until you can calm down and speak normally, speak with your head clear, without the emotion of anger getting in the way, then it will just be difficult. I mean, just don't do it. Just don't do it. I do it sometimes. I mean, and that's what I say. I'm making this video and I know that some of the things on this list I'm still growing in. I'm still learning about. But I would say that when I'm angry and I speak, it never, ever, I can't remember one time where things just came out perfectly. My emotions and everything was satisfied and I didn't offend anyone. I would say that when you're angry, just zip it. It will help you become classier. So my next point is to be a leader. Yes, be a leader. Do not be afraid to stand up, stand out, and to be out on your own sometimes in your thinking and in things that you're doing. I believe that we should never follow anyone blindly, and we should never lead and try and get people to follow us necessarily. The thing that we should try and do is just be original, be who we are. And in doing that, you have no choice but to be a leader because there's no one else like you. And if you're being who you are and being true to that, then you will be a leader. So being a classy woman and being a leader go hand in hand. My next point is to never let them see you sweat. And what I mean by that is, it goes back to kind of like my earlier point of not being overly emotional and being a bit even-tempered. But what I mean by never letting them see you sweat is to keep your composure. That is a sign of a classy woman. Someone who can keep their composure and in situations where it's not proper and it's not necessarily the best thing to do. So I don't think that you should never let them see you sweat in terms of the people who you're close to and people who you have a trusting and ongoing friendship or relationship with. I don't think that you are never ever vulnerable, but I believe that if you want to be classy, when you leave that house, when you leave your home, and when you leave those people who you have a close connection with, and you're in the public's eye, you should be a little bit more composed and you should not be overly emotional, if that makes sense. So we have 2 more points. Number 17 is to stop apologizing for everything. Stop apologizing for everything. Seriously, ladies. If you're just walking by someone, if you're walking down the street and you're walking in front of someone, there's plenty of space, and the first thing you do is say, I'm sorry. How does that look? It looks like you've already put yourself in an inferior position. It looks like you put yourself down by saying sorry everywhere you go all the time. I don't think it's necessary for everything. Yes, sometimes we do need to say sorry. Sometimes we've done something that needs a sorry, but sometimes we haven't. Sometimes we're just saying it all the time, and it's something that should stop if you want to be classy. And my last point is very, very simple, and it is to say please and thank you. The magic words. I remember I learned that at such a young age, but it carries over throughout your entire life. If you want someone to do something for you, you ask and you say please. And if someone does something for you, you say thank you. If you appreciate someone for something, say thank you. Those are signs of a classy woman. They're called manners. Thank you, ladies, so much for tuning in this week and watching this video. I hope that you learned something from it. If you have something else to add, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear and just hear from you, hear from all of you on what you think it takes to be a classy woman. And I probably have left a lot of things out. I listed a lot of things here, 18 points, but I'm sure there's more. And I want to learn, so help a sister out. Leave a comment, and yes, like the video, subscribe, and if you have any pointers, any tips for me, I'm always open to receiving feedback, so leave that as well. Have a great one. Love you all. Bye.